Let's talk about what's in store for this coming year. And Joe, do you think that this bill has a chance of passing?
I do, because marijuana legalization is popular in California. Talking about banking is a little bit in the weeds, if you'll forgive the pun, for most voters. And so it will need to be explained to them how, without banking as an alternative, the business may eventually dissolve simply because people can't do things on strictly a cash basis.
So would these only be California state banks and only operate in California because they don't have a federal license?
Here's the problem, though. They're insured by the FDIC.
FDIC.
Right.
And the FDIC rules still apply.
Right, and it's still not a federal allowance for marijuana, so you've got to cure that difference. And banks right now do not want to bank cannabis-related businesses because of the federal laws.
Would there be a CDIC, the California Deposit Insurance Corporation?
I think the answer is not legal, it's political. Right now, Jeff Sessions has said he wants to reinforce, to do away with the Obama tendency to not enforce these rules and to enforce them. But he has U.S. attorneys out in California who said they're not really interested in wasting their time on this. And so he's backpedaled on that a little bit to an extent. So I think everybody is aware of the fact that this is a tremendous economic generator for a state that already has the 6th largest economy in the world. It'll provide for a lot of jobs, and it'll generate a lot of revenue for the state. I think there's massive support for this. And this may be one fight that is one step too far for the Trump administration to be picking at this point.
But David, when you talk about, you know, this cash cow, if you will, which is recreational marijuana, there are a lot of questions about just where the taxes are going from this. And we did a story that showed the range of taxes that different cities are acquiring here. And there are questions about just what that money is going to be used for.
Yeah, I think there are two components to this. One, to Joe's point on the political angle, and that is that there's a spillover effect here to other states. So as California does this, other states will visit this, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, just among some others. And how they bank and what they do with that, they're going to be learning from California's example. We'll see an explosion of this in state legislatures and on the ballot, but that still harms localities. How do local governments, counties, which may have different priorities than cities, how do they deal with this? All dealing with the legislation and the fallout of what voters pass. They like dope in the abstract. They like the cannabis in the abstract, but the question is how you deal and handle with this moving forward, and that's something that no one in government has been really willing to handle, and businesses are struggling with it right now.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is an issue that's going to be evolving over time. We're going to have to see how this